It's Tuesday, January 27th at 7 p.m. We have roll call, please.
Roll call, Patrick Lynch.
Here.
I said Patrick.
Here.
Roger White.
Here.
Rich Dobbs here. Whit Wardell.
Here.
David Crickhouse.
Here.
I'd like to make a motion, we excuse Pete Lynch.
Also,
Roll call, David Crickhouse.
yes.
Rich Dobbs, yes. Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
Whit Wardell.
Yes.
Roger White.
Yes.
Okay, I think at this point, we need to break and pick officers for this year,
Should we do it? Okay.
don't we, Andrew?
Yeah. Yeah, you can do that, or you can do minutes first, whichever order.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll make
Can I get approval for the meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the December 16th, 2025 Landmarks Commission meeting minutes.
Second.
Roll call, David Crickhouse.
Yes.
Rich Dobbs, yes. Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
Whit Wardell.
Yes.
Roger White.
Yes.
Now I think we'll break for
We have to have a
session to
motion.
pick officers.
We need a motion for that, Andrew.
Yeah, can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to break
Executive
to
session.
pick 2026 officers of the Landmarks Commission.
I'll second that.
Timeout 7:01. Is it your turn? Is it your turn? Yeah, to be president. You're going to be chairman. Now you're going to be chairman. You're going to be chairman. Yeah. Todd, do you know anybody that wants to be on the Landmarks Commission? Council did not confirm the nomination we had at their last meeting, so we need a 7th member.
No, I was going to, that was like 8 months ago, I was going to try to get my son Rex interested in it. But he's a trustee now on the Historical Society, so I
Yeah.
don't think he could do,
Balance both.
yeah.
I was gonna nominate you, but I figured I should ask you first. Plus, you're probably way too busy with 1,000,001 other things.
I wouldn't mind doing it, not in the immediate future, but a little later.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would feel a lot more comfortable when we didn't have anything on the table.
That's why Bob stepped down. Was because he's like we're doing too much, like, you know, with this. Because he was on 2016, 17, 18, 19, I think, or he did a small term, like a half term. If you know anybody, have them apply online.
Okay, I'm gonna make a motion to have Pete Lynch the chair for this year.
I'll second.
Roll call, David Kirkhoff.
Yes.
Rich Dobda, yes. Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
Whit Wardell.
Yes.
Roger White.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to nominate David Kirkhoff as vice chairman.
I'll second.
Roll call, David Kirkhoff.
Can I vote for myself?
I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
Rich Dobda, yes. Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
Whit Wardell.
Yes.
Roger White.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to have Rich Dobda as secretary.
Second.
Roll call, David Kirkhoff.
Yes.
Whit Wardell.
Yes.
Rich Dobda, yes. Roger White.
Yes.
Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
One of these times I want someone to vote no for themselves being nominated, just to.
That's what happens back
Monkey
there,
Ranch.
Everybody's
not as much out
censored.
here.
And then do we have to make a motion for Whit and
Roger. to
Roger
continue.
and Pat? I'm asking the question.
No,
Okay, so
no, yep,
You're
nope, you're
stuck.
good.
we're done.
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
For pending applications on tonight's agenda, the first is CA 26001. The address is 32 West Waterloo Street. The applicant this evening is requesting alterations to the front facade of the subject property. Photographs of the subject property up on the screen. This building was constructed in 1923. It was the Chevrolet dealership in town. The eastern part of the building was added onto in 1934 and was sold to Don Hartman for an auto service center at that time. When looking at the front of the building here, you can see kind of its period of change throughout time with some of its architectural styling. The applicant is requesting approval to bring back the front facade to some of the original blueprints that were found for the property, and then some photographic evidence of what that original front facade looked like for the building. The details for that renovation are up on the screen. It involves taking off the blue metal mansard roof section, reintroducing some trim above the doors and windows, new awning, metal canopy over the main front door, reintroducing some window openings that have been closed off over time. The applicant is also speccing here to remove the existing garage doors and either install a commercial storefront system that would have protruding grids, similar to what was approved for the project at the O.P. Cheney site. An alternate design for that would be for a full glass garage door. I think the flexibility is being requested just on future tenancy on the space. When looking at some of the other window openings here, note 4 is noted to leave either the windows as is, or there is an alternate to replace those windows with new aluminum storefront windows to match the doors. On the building itself, the applicant is looking to place a limestone plaque centered on this upper parapet here for the history of the building. When looking at the details for the trim that's going to be reinstalled on the brick, the applicant is showing an architectural detail here. This material is proposed to be made out of FIPON. That same trim work that was installed on the Chase Bank remodel, just on South High Street. For the architectural canopy, details are kind of shown throughout this exhibit here for its construction, and then the detail here for the limestone plaque that will be on the face of the building. When looking at the plans Again, this is really focused on that front facade. Throughout your packet, you can find all the details for the windows, color, trim, et cetera. The only comment staff really had on this for the Landmarks Commission was really just the placement of this sign, this plaque in this location, just could potentially be an obstacle for any future tenant signage. So that was something the applicant wanted to address. That would be helpful, or if they thought about tenant signage, just with all the FIPON trim and the canopies, kind of makes squeezing in signage a little unique down the road, so something to think about. Other than that, staff did not have any other comments on this application.
You know, the Hartman Building sign, I mean, I really don't, I mean, there was no identification on the previous building, right? Anywhere other than the big aluminum or metal sign like you show in the top right-hand corner. But other than that, there was no building identification, right?
Not on those original plans, no.
Okay.
Todd, can I get you to go to the mic, just so I can pick you up?
No, the plaque was added just because of the family friendships with the Hartmans.
Right.
So if it, I never thought of it obstructing, I mean, if it needs to be relocated or it needs to be downsized, I mean, we put a really small one across on the Waterloo to the white building.
Yes, I saw that.
In memory of Robbie, it's just something we thought is appropriate for the years that the Hartmans have had it, and so, but we're certainly open to alternative locations and alternative methods on how to achieve that.
So Andrew, what you're saying is if we put that sign there, whoever does lease the space, they will want some type of signage.
I'm just thinking, planning ahead for tenant signage is probably helpful, because that to me was the first spot. If I was a tenant, I'd want my sign.
Yeah.
As
Where
high up
the
the
Hartman
space.
signage, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
as high up, the biggest blank space, the most square footage. If you look at, that's primarily why I think this mansard section was added, was to create signage locations.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that, is there an end use for this building yet, or is it just going to be built and spec?
It's it's spec right now.
Okay. Yeah, and I was kind of wondering the same thing with that sign. I love the idea of having Hartman's, calling it the Hartman Building. I think it's very fitting. Maybe if it was, and I don't know, this is the sign guy here. What if it was maybe, it's instead of stacked, there's more of a long title all in one line, a little thinner up above that, much like the old original Caswell building has the sign. It's covered up now, but I think we've all seen pictures of the old Caswell building where, did I say it right, Caswell? Where the dentist office is,
Not
right across
everybody-
from the old town hall.
Not everybody's seen it, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm dating
Well,
myself.
we could do, I quite frankly hadn't thought about tenant signage. So I mean, we could do a little more subtle, like maybe over above the wood overhead doors to the,
Yeah,
to the west.
yeah.
So yeah, I think that was the first thing we told the architects to do when they started doing this. So,
Yeah.
but I think it makes sense to probably move. And the windows, those windows are there, they're just covered up by the blue canopy now, so they sort of restrict signage too. So,
Those small transom windows are
yeah,
are
they're
there?
there. There's a mezzanine behind that. There's a second floor in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Never would have guessed. Tall, short ceiling or?
7'6".
7
it's-
foot?
It's usable.
Yeah.
You know, that note number 9, those little windows below the Hartman Building sign, there's 2. And it says new window and existing opening. Were they used to be vents or something like that? Or did they used to be windows?
Well, the windows, the 4 windows across the front are existing, and the canopy covers the top panel.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the windows, the 3 foot, yeah, those windows right there.
Yeah, those are there. Those are there, they're in the brick, and they're just covered up by the canopy.
Okay. I mean, I guess you could always put the Hartman sign,
Yeah. I like Todd's idea of putting it over the wood doors on the left there.
Or just to the west of the entrance door on the,
Yeah, you can make it more of like a plaque.
more like a plaque there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be receptive to any of that, can come back and show that later.
That thing's gonna be beautiful. I love the use of the paneled windows where the garage doors were. Now, those are fixed, right? They're not, or are they opening?
We're showing them both ways, Pat. My personal hope is that somebody would take it and put the garage doors in, so they could open it and have like an open air or whatever.
Yeah.
And like utilize that front parking lot, which I'm pretty sure the city's not gonna let us leave it the way it is, so that's probably gonna be not able to have cars on it with what we wanna do, except for the entrance into the doors. So either way would be fine, but I hope we find somebody who would like to do I think in one of the pictures in there that he gave you, it actually shows like a farmer's market inside a
Yes.
overhead
yes.
door. It's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I think the panes of glass in those 3 big openings should kind of mimic what the garage doors used to look like.
Yeah. But yeah, either way, whether it be fixed or movable garage door,
And maybe you don't even take it all the way to the ground. I mean, see that one, the bottom part of that garage door, how, you have 3 rows of lights. You got a solid panel down at the bottom and one at the top above the lights. Maybe mimic something like that, You see what I mean?
I don't know, I'd like the floor to ceiling.
What, you're saying you would like floor to ceiling?
I like as it's shown
Okay.
in the renderings.
Okay.
The floor to ceiling, I think is fine. I don't think it needs a solid panel at the top or bottom. I'd make it all glass.
I mean, I'm just thinking about rain splashing up on that bottom or snow, just being dirty all the time.
Yeah.
That's me.
That's, you're very practical.
We've got them in other buildings, and they are a maintenance problem, but their effectiveness, I think, outweighs what it
Okay.
takes to keep them clean.
Yeah. I would agree.
But whether you make it like a door, like La Cantina, a garage door, or just fixed, is that going to be up to the,
The user, and we would come back to you guys.
oh, yeah,
Like if they came in and said, we want to do storefront, then we'd do a drawing in storefront and bring it back in.
Okay.
and then the lights, the exterior lights hanging in the wall between the garage doors, or between those doors, that mimics what used to be there.
That shows on the original elevation. I don't know if you can get
See
that.
those.
Yeah, I
You can
see
see
'em.
them in between. No, they didn't spec a light, but that was like 92 years ago. But it looks
Yeah.
pretty similar to what they've submitted in your packet.
Does that show on any of the, like the bottom left-hand picture? It doesn't look like they have any, I know it shows on the drawing, but I don't know if they actually were put there, because I don't see them on that bottom left picture of any lights.
Oh, you mean here?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of masonry changes on the building since it was built, that you can see where they've tried to take out, put in,
Yeah.
had air conditioner openings in it, bricked them in, it's sort of a menagerie. And until we get everything off, I'm not sure what we're gonna have to fix to get it to look like what we've told you it's gonna look like.
Yeah, I was noticing that.
Now, the Warren building, that's not part of this.
There's 2 feet between the buildings, so
Okay.
no, it's not.
I never realized there was a space there until I saw that picture.
You know,
For some reason,
years
thought they
ago,
were
there used to be
attached.
a big telephone pole there, so you weren't aware of the opening until they took that pole out.
Got it. Roof line, everything stays, it looks like you're removing some of the pitched roof on the 2-story building to make it more of a flat roof.
I think if you go back to the original, one of the original drawings, the one with the blue canopy, Andrew. See how that's got a black sloped roof on that high part?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's 2 roofs. I think that's what they did because the first one was bad, because when you're inside, there's not that much slope. So I'm hopeful that that'll come off and that'll be flat again and you won't see that.
Okay. Oh, I see the raised, yeah.
And you're talking right here, Todd?
Yes.
Mhm.
Also, this was stepped up basically to create another roof line.
Just to put some pitch on it, maybe.
What's-
The pitch below it is
No.
not as extreme as that picture, so it makes me think that there's 2 framing systems going on.
Mhm.
Is there anything happening with the parking lot to the west, or that's just stayed as is? Is that part
No, I
of
mean,
the?
my hope is that everything we're going to do will allow us to put storm sewer in and pave it. I like the fence that Elaine put in, and I think that'll keep people that aren't supposed to park there. I don't think anybody will go around the alley unless they're actually shopping in that building.
Yeah,
So, well, I think we did a layout, I think you get 18 cars in there. Brian's probably got 30 in there now.
that's probably on the low end. You know, these are thorough drawings. I like everything you've got going here. The opening of the transoms, the garage doors, exposing all the windows. It's just, it'll be a beautiful addition to the downtown.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks.
I commend you for taking on this project and doing it.
Well, thanks.
Right.
And a big deal goes to Elaine. She had these original drawings. I would have never come up with this idea. I didn't see it until she had the blueprints, and then you could just see it. I mean, like Andrew said, the first part, like where the 3 overhead doors were, that's an addition, but you can't tell looking at it. But
Elaine had this all drawn up?
she had the original blueprints. They're on the right.
Oh, okay, got it. I see
She
what you're
had
saying.
those framed hanging in her house, and so those are photographs that I took of the blueprints.
Huh.
Does she have those 3 gas pumps at her house by chance?
No,
Is there anything underground in this site?
yeah, it's dirty. I mean, we've got work to do on the, it's not a buster site, but it's not 100% clean. So we're working with Spence Environmental over in Pickerington. He's done a lot of work on that over the last 10 years
Yeah.
to see what we have to do. But it's going to be pretty important because we can't get any bank financing until we have a clean bill of health. So.
I get it. But that doesn't really concern us per se, but.
Well, this part, the part that I'm hoping you approve, or we're going to be able to achieve that without a bank. So that's, the inside is where it's going to be crucial to be able to go to a bank.
Got it.
So you're looking for approval for the exterior, the aesthetics?
Yes,
Tonight.
and anything you want to see more of, I'd be glad to bring it into it. But what I'd really like to leave here with tonight is enough approval from your board that we can file for a building permit.
Yeah, I don't see any other questions myself, other than the location of the sign to make way for tenant signage. And I guess if, like I said, if that's put over top of the garage, the old garage doors, or whether it's centered in the taller part of the building, but all just in one line, that I think that might make a little more way for a larger tenant sign up underneath it. Because I think you're right, what Rich said, if you're a tenant there, that's probably where you're going to want to put your sign.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yeah, and you see a lot of old buildings too, where it's just one line, kind of penciled across the top of the building.
Metzger's had their sign was like a wedge sign out on a post, clear out where the fire hydrant is now. And it had an arm back towards the building and a sign hanging down. That's how they did it.
Yeah.
So you haven't, behind the blue vertical panels, you don't know what condition the brick is. Were you
It
able to?
better be in pretty good condition.
Well,
I put that
right.
canopy on, so,
How long has that canopy been on there?
pardon me?
When did you put that canopy up?
Don was still, oh gosh, that's been up 30 years. But I know they shot it, I know they shot clips on it, and so I know we're gonna have brick repairs. The saving grace is there's one chimney in the back alley that's not even attached to the building. That's the original brick that I think we can disassemble that chimney and salvage brick to make repairs.
Okay. Well, I remember what happened to
Right
the
side
bank when you
is
started pulling that stuff off.
Oh, what?
You know, the bank that you guys did?
Oh, yeah.
And what the damage it caused is because everything was glued on?
That was so bad that whole front's brand new. I mean, we
right.
couldn't fix anything there. This is, I think, gonna,
This is repairable if you
yeah,
have
I
to.
believe it is.
And it looks like all the mortar joints either are maybe a light gray. I don't think these things have been painted like some of the other buildings in town.
So the right elevation. So the right elevation between yours and Warren's building, that'll just be solid, and no changes to that?
Down that slot?
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
you don't see it anyway.
No.
But I will say the left side, it looks like you're cutting windows in where windows were at one time?
No, the parking lot side,
Yes.
those windows are there now,
Okay,
and they're historically significant. They're old wire glass cut, and we're gonna keep those.
okay,
And we found a company that still sells, well, actually, it's a faux wire glass. I'll have to bring you a picture of it, because it's not really wire glass, but it looks like wire glass.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Slightly wavy?
It's wavy, and it's got it looks like chicken wires inside it, but it's not.
Oh, wow.
But it looks like it is. It's a pretty cool product. So we're gonna keep those. We're gonna keep the double doors there on the front elevation. We gotta take those off and have them rebuilt, but everything's staying.
Okay, and then the back elevator, that's the front, trying to see, a rear elevation. So all the openings and everything in the back stay the
Yes.
same,
Yes.
just repairing them as needed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hey Todd, the windows on the front elevation, I mean, those obviously are all gonna be new, probably what, an anodized bronze or dark bronze or?
Well, I'm not sure about that yet, because when we first did the drawings, we didn't think there was a chance to use the existing. But the existing is wavy glass, it's wood frames that we think are salvageable now, so we may not be replacing
Oh,
those.
cool.
And the alternate was for a white aluminum storefront.
Are these painted white now, the wood frames?
Cream? Yeah, cream.
I don't have any more questions.
So the two doors, the carriage type doors, are those will be white?
Yes, everything
I mean, do
will
we
be,
need to make that decision now, or just overall, just the,
everything was white.
okay.
I mean, that's the only reason we did that is
I mean, the carriage lights, those are black, or
they're black.
are we
Yeah.
there yet to talk
Yeah.
about color?
No, he has in here new capital lighting, exterior lighting fixtures. The BK means black, 5 of them.
Okay.
It's ideally gonna be a single tenant, right?
What's that?
Single tenant, or,
I hope so.
yeah,
It lends itself to two because the sidewall was an old outside wall, and it's got really cool exterior windows that are now inside, that it could, you could, yeah, that's a perfect shot right there of how it could be cut in two.
Well, at least there's two main entrances off of Waterloo to accommodate two tenants. Now, if you wanted more than two, it might be a little,
I don't think, we talked about that early on, and I don't think that's a real good use for, I mean, unless that sits there empty for a long time, we want a single user and at the most two.
Mhm.
Yeah.
okay.
any other questions?
You guys have any more questions or any comments?
No, I think it's going to be, like I said, a great addition to the downtown.
Thank you.
Okay, I want to make a motion to approve application CA-26-001. The one exception being the Hartman Building sign be configured differently and put above the transom windows. Is that what we talked about?
Above either the carriage doors
Or, yeah,
or next to the man door there, as like a
just
plaque.
east of it?
Yep.
Okay.
West, right?
Yeah, west.
Yeah, west of
West
the door.
of it.
Is that all the conditions we have?
Yep.
Can I get a second, please?
I'll second.
Roll call, Whitmore, no?
Yes.
Rich Dobde, yes. Patrick Lynch?
Yes.
Roger White?
Yes,
David Craycraft?
Yes.
And
Thanks,
if you guys want, I can work with Todd directly on the scale and location, just given the general movement of it.
Yep.
Since it's really a plaque, it's not like a sign. If you guys have any objections to that, let me know, but I think we can.
So it's not going to be a piece of limestone, it's not going to be that,
We'll
right?
revisit that and submit something to you guys, or
Okay.
maybe several things
Okay.
to look at.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for working with us on this, we really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, Todd, thanks.
Thanks,
That'd be
Tom.
awesome.
Project.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Proper buttons just keep going up.
The next application for tonight's agenda is CA 26002. The address of the subject property is 28 East Columbus Street. The applicant is requesting front porch alterations on the subject home. This residential home was constructed around 1901. The applicant is looking for approval to update some of the elements on the front porch that have failed. Photographs have been supplied for the wooden columns that have started to rot, the porch decking which has started to rot away. The applicant is looking to get approval for a new fiberglass column to replace the fiberglass columns on the front porch. When looking at the decking, the applicant is seeking approval for this 1x4 tongue and groove southern yellow pine. And the decking, the applicant is looking to paint with a porch floor decking to be a similar color to what's existing on the home. When I was looking at my staff report here for the packet assemblage. I did find that the applicant did apply for the same front porch alterations back in 2020. That work was never performed. However, just the only difference between 2020's request and today is 6 years ago, the applicant was looking to do a 6-inch porch decking. This year, this time around, they're looking to do the 4-inch tongue and groove style. And I know the Landmarks Commission of Approval last go around did not approve the 6-inch decking, but made a recommendation that it needed to be a 3-inch tongue and groove. So just some background on this, if it looks familiar to the commission. I know 6 years is a long time. Some of you may not have been on the board then, but I'm just looking at or were on the board and came back. But just some background history for you guys for your consideration. The columns that are spec'd here are the exact same columns that got approval back in 2020 as well.
Are you the applicant? Could you step forward and sign in, please?
Yeah, so the existing columns are wood, so they'll be replaced with fiberglass. And I think the exposed, on the 4-inch, I think the exposed dimension is just a little over 3.
From there to there.
Correct.
So is that band board like right above that top step?
It'll probably need to be replaced as well.
Okay.
It'll just be 1x12 wood, yep.
So the 1x12 you're replacing with wood, composite,
Yeah.
or what?
It'll be wood.
Wood? Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, everything will be wood except for the columns.
Okay. The columns, Mitch, are they structural, or you put a post in the center of them?
No, they're structural.
Structural?
Yep.
Okay. Fiberglass?
Yep,
Very good, they'll last forever.
yep.
Are you going to do anything with the skirting, the rest of the skirting on the porch?
No, it's just a 1x4 currently, so I think it's in pretty good shape. It'll stay the same.
At least got some spacing there to allow it to breathe up underneath too, which is much needed.
You know, I know the other porches we've approved in the past have the vertical boards that have a spacing.
We have approved that, yes. Yeah. I think it's one of those things.
He's not looking to replace
It's not
those.
you looking to redo it though. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
As is.
You're not putting any kind of railing?
They're rotted, I'll replace them, but no, not
No,
intending to do any railing.
nothing's needed. No. Yeah, I think this is pretty straightforward.
Yes, sir.
Colors and all staying the same?
Yep,
Mitch?
yep.
Okay. Yeah, no questions here.
Looks like overall, there's not much settlement along the porch going from west to east.
All those spacers, all those bottoms are like custom designed, so I'll have to get everything leveled up.
So you gonna try to
I'll get it all squared
keep
up.
spacers or just
No.
raise the corners or do whatever you need to do?
I'll just have the ornamental bottoms on the, I won't have the spacer on the bottom.
Okay. Okay.
Hopefully not. Hopefully I can get them all squared up and then get the columns cut to length.
Okay.
I know when I met with you on your site, are you gonna have to paint all sides of that decking before you put it down?
I will, yeah.
So the bottom of the porch decking will be painted with the same
I'll
materials
primer
as
it
the
all
top?
so it doesn't just keep it off the weather.
These pressure treated or just straight pine?
Just southern yellow pine.
Southern yellow, okay, got it. Easy way to paint them, get yourself a section of gutters, troughed. Fill it up and dip them
Just
in.
dip them in.
It's quick and easy, that's how I did mine.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Didn't Brian Vance's porch buckle, did he use southern yellow pine? I remember it
Across the
rained
street.
and they all just, and you
Now,
had
if
to
you
tear
use
it all
pressure
out.
treated, there's a good chance that it did buckle. But if you're using just straight untreated pine,
Yeah.
you won't have that, you'll get slate cupping,
Yeah,
but,
southern yellow pine's it's a pretty dense, so I don't think it'll,
yeah, it's,
it's made
yeah,
for these outdoor environments.
yeah, you're putting flat side up, not the groove side.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah.
And it'll be painted versus stained.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be the gray deck stain, or paint.
Got it. Okay.
Any more questions?
No, it's pretty straightforward.
Yep.
Be a nice improvement.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve application CA-26-002 as stated.
I'll second.
Roll call, David Kirkcraft.
Yes.
Whit Wardell.
Yes.
Rich Stobbe, yes. Roger White.
Yes.
Patrick Lynch.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank
Mitch.
you.
Thanks, Mitch, and Happy New Year.
Thank you.
For old and new business, the project for 73 North Trank Street was requested back in November to bring in updated elevations for the front of the building based off feedback from the Landmarks Commission. So I have those here for your review tonight. Additionally, when I was talking to the architect, a couple of the conditions that were part of the approval were based off of information that was submitted on the window details and the man door details. The architect has let me know that the window detail notes for the spacer between the glass for the SDL component. He was incorrect that Anderson does not have a bronze option for that spacer. So in this memo that I've printed up for you guys, he's noting here that he's looking for the bronze spacer stipulation from the approval, that be removed, and that the spacer will either be a silver or gray color and a matte finish. Additionally, the doors that were spec'd on the drawings and indicated at the meeting were going to be a Stanley door to match the drawings. Stanley no longer makes that door, so they're looking to use a ThermaTrue brand. The ThermaTrue note does not specifically indicate that it's going to match the drawing specifically. So if that's something you want to ask the applicant that's here this evening for this, but that was just the only kind of note I had on that question. Regarding the updated drawings, the architect noted that the columns went from an 18-inch diameter at the base to a 12-inch diameter at the base, tapering to a 9-inch at the top, and that the front windows on the first floor of the elevation have been modified to be the same size per condition from the Landmarks Commission. So up on the screen is the updated drawing here showing these two design changes, the lower windows under the front porch, and then also the scaling and spacing of those front columns. And then just to show kind of a pre-change and post-change up on the screen, what's being submitted for that update, that visual update based off of your feedback is on the left. On the right is what you guys looked at in November.
Do you like that better?
Yep.
Well, I'm definitely like the windows being the same size, the same height.
Pardon?
I'd like the windows being the same height. Because see, in November 25, they were two different sizes.
Yeah, the windows and the columns were just really supposed to be for like a visual update to your conditions of approval. Really why I asked Kevin to be here tonight was for the window spacer changes and the door brand changes. Since that was not conceived when you guys looked at it back in November.
It looks like there might be some added horizontal lines or details on the 26 version. See the transom is that a glass transom above the main door, or is that just a piece of wood, or,
Just a piece of wood.
okay? I mean, see how okay. See how well, I'm gonna call it the trim above the door, how it kind of flattens off in this version,
So if
today's
you-
version versus
So-
November's version, it was a full,
So it is a full circle. I think what you're seeing here is the perspective, is that porch is chopping the top of it off. Because if you look at the notes on the left, this drawing has been reflected to update the 8 foot 9 inch ceiling height on the first floor, while in November it says 9 foot 1 1/8 inch. So this updated drawing is showing that the overall height of the project is going from
okay, I got it.
26 feet 5 1/4 inches to 26 feet 1 1/4 inches.
Okay.
So that was also feedback from your guys' last discussion, was to remove a floor plate.
So it looks like there's a wider piece of trim in November above the windows.
I think the trim is the same, it's just the porch height has dropped.
It's just
a
up
couple
under
inches.
that we can't see.
I think so. I think Kevin could confirm or deny that, but
Yeah, it's a
that's the
ceiling.
way I read it.
The first floor ceiling height came down that 4 inches.
Okay.
So, porch columns.
Well, I wish, did Pete get this?
Yeah,
Okay.
I sent it today.
You guys have any comments? Okay, the existing was 26 1 1/4, that was from the peak to grade. What,
26 5 1/4. Now it's 26 1 1/4.
okay.
So with the door change, like, speak to what the new door will look like, I guess.
I'd say materially as similar as we can to that original door. It'll have the, if we have a, do we have a color version of the rendering?
No, the only thing that I got from Steve was this memo that had, you can have my copy of it if you want.
Yeah, it's okay.
That had these notes in it, and then all the elevations of the building, but none of the elevations changed but the front.
Yeah, I only anticipate like really minor change in the indentations of the, the molding. But I think materially it'll be a nearly identical door.
Okay.
Still
So
have the
those are
light.
lights.
It's a half light up
Yeah,
top.
the half lights will remain, color will be the same. A fun note from the architect, I haven't been able to verify if it's true or not, but he said that we had to bring these windows a little more narrow due to avoiding certain disruptions to the staircase on the right. And he says that that new width is the original width of the original windows. So he was tickled about that. And you get to see a little bit more from the straight-on view. You get to see a little more of the straight-on view of the divide, of the 2/2 in the windows, as well as, on the November 25 drawing, you couldn't see those, so.
So the door on the left elevation will be the same type of door as the,
Yep. Looking to do black, but instead of Stanley, it'll be Thermador with the half light to match that light divide.
okay.
The part that I'm referring to that might be slightly different is, I don't know the correct term, but the paneling on the, below the light. There might be subtle differences to how the fluting of that, but materially, it will look identical.
So I wasn't at the last meeting, so forgive me, but the change with the color of bronze to go into a silver gray, is that just on these front two windows? Or is that on all windows?
It's on all the windows, it's the metal piece in between the panes.
Yeah.
So I think from what my contractor and the architect have said is they just can't source it. Which to me, I think design-wise, it doesn't make a huge difference. I think there'd be a lot of other things going on to accommodate for that. But
Okay.
Well, if you're standing in front of the house, you're not gonna tell it anyway,
right,
unless you know what you're looking for,
true.
like
Right.
us.
You guys aren't allowed to look.
No questions. I'm good with all the changes, the 1 through 5, and then the windows, and then the doors. This all seems pretty straightforward. The columns, I think the smaller columns do look a little more proportioned. And of course, the windows balance out a little better too, so I think it'd be a great looking project, so. Do we have to make a motion to approve this?
No.
No, you'd only have to make a motion if you wanted to put it on the agenda to make a motion to make changes, or if you wanted to do anything different.
So
So,
we just approve it here?
so this is just a discussion, so if you don't have any comments on it, then we can just move on.
Do we have to vote on the changes at the next meeting?
No, this is really just you confirming that the changes that were made were appropriate. They're not really changes, it's more like a substitution.
Okay.
So as long as you guys are okay with that, then I'll just make a note in their file that the door change is okay and the spacer change is okay, or the color, and then it's not a vote. It's just that way I don't forget about it and then tell him when I inspect his house in a year when it's done.
If it's mine in a year, we got different problems.
Then I will say, hey, you got the
Think-
wrong grid spit colors or whatever. So that's
Thumbs
all.
up
Well,
all around.
good.
Thumbs up all around.
Good, thank you guys,
Good. Roger?
appreciate it.
I'm good.
Yeah, we all good.
We're good.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Kevin, see you at 5:30 in the morning tomorrow. Come on, you can do it.
For other old new business, just wanted to again note that we need a 7th member for the Landmarks Commission. I had a appointment that was made to City Council last Monday. They rejected the appointment. They did not vote in a way to pass it. So if you have any questions about that at the end of the meeting, feel free to pick my brain on that topic. But we have a vacancy on the board. So if anybody knows someone that would be a good fit.
And what's the qualifications?
They need to be a resident, they need to have a heartbeat, and they need to want to put in the work. There's more, there's more qualifications than that, but that is what I've been told by those more in charge of.
We have an empty seat up here.
So at the end of the meeting, we can talk about it, but if you know anybody, feel free to reach out to me.
Do we have a candidate here?
Do I need to sign in again? You don't need a bachelor's degree, right? Okay.
But they basically have to be a human.
And a resident.
Yeah, fill out the application tomorrow. He's got an application for
So
you.
are you a resident of town?
Yeah.
There we have it.
Except all of our applications will be from a board member.
You do that way with?
Other than that, I don't have any old new business to discuss.
You know, I got one thing I want to say. That addition I brought to you guys last month, at 126 East Waterloo, the owner of that house got some unfortunate news about her, some health news about her mom. So her mom has to move in with her now, and that's why she was adding a first floor master. And since then, she has bought another house that already has a first floor master. So most likely, I don't know what's going to happen to this house, but the addition won't happen. Okay, I would assume she'll sell it, but I don't know.
Andrew, we had an application that we tabled over here on Trine Street with the little building out back. Whatever happened with that?
The property owner indicated that she had not heard back from her contractors on when they were going to do the work. So she wasn't worried about getting something back to you guys until she had more information from them.
Has there been any activity on the lot north of the alley? You know, where next to what used to be Bowling Balls?
No.
Anything else? I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:56.
A second?
Roll call, Roger White,
Yes.
Whit Wardell,
Yes.
Patrick Lynch,
Yes.
Rich Dobbs, yes, David Kirkhoff.
Yes.